Hey guys, what's going on? It's Adrian here with an unboxing video for you. I just bought this Duskmourn House of Horror Commander Precon deck. It's called Jump Scare. And I thought it looked pretty cool. I thought it would be fun to play in my casual Commander play group. So why not open it on camera and make some content and show you guys what's going on with it. So we're going to open this live on camera. Now, I have not looked at the deck list for this. So I just like the theme. So this is going to be a completely live reaction. We're going to really go over every card and, you can decide if you want to buy one of these for yourself. So going ahead and opening the product right now. As you can hear the opening sounds. I guess I only have one take to do this because it's not like I'm going to go buy another one and open it fresh. All right. Ooh. You gotta be smart with packaging. Oh man, I just bumped the camera. Okay. The box is open now. What is this? Some kind of arch enemy cards. Yeah, we don't use these in my play group, but let's take a look at them really fast just to see what they're... I'm not going to go over the effects just because I don't know how you even use these, but got that. Power without equal. Okay. I am untouchable. Cool. Mine is the only truth. Your own face mocks you. Kneel before my legions. I like the art on that. It's kind of cool. You are unworthy of mercy. Wow. These names. Chaos is my plaything. Your plans mean nothing, and you will know true suffering. Wow, it's pretty hardcore stuff. All right, so we got those. I'm not sure what the value of really any of this stuff is. Like I said, it's just a totally raw unboxing reaction video here. Got the thing that makes sure you don't steal it, which I did not, of course. I bought this at Impact Gaming Center. If you're in the Fairview Heights, Illinois area, then you should definitely go there. Or if you're from out of town, whatever. So it looks like we have some kind of locked room, things that you can use to represent whether a room card is locked or unlocked. So that's pretty cool. What else do we got in here? We got that's my cat. This is probably some type of rules thing. Yeah. Kind of cool. It's got Zimone or Zimoni? That's probably Zimone. Yeah, I don't really need to know the rules of Commander. I play a lot of it, so I already know the rules. My cat is jumping up to a spot that he's never jumped up to before. That's crazy. All right, we have a little deck box here, which, I'm not going to use that, but you could if you want to buy this. We got the cards, which we'll get to in a second, and we have this weird collector booster sample pack. Okay. Probably has like 3 cards in it. 2 cards. Let's take a look at it. Let's open it up. Wouldn't it be crazy if there was something good in here? That would be pretty cool. Little advertisement card. Marina Vandrell's Grimoire. Okay. And foil uncommon. I feel like that's probably not what we wanted from that, but that's okay. I feel like that was pretty terrible. All right, now let's get to the meat here. Let's talk about the actual pre-constructed deck. Now, like I said, I have not looked at this deck list. I bought this to play my casual play group, and I just like the theme of it, and I like the name, so I decided, you know what? I got some store credit. I'll buy this thing. So we got Zimone, Mystery Unraveler. Whenever a land you control enters, manifest dread if it's the first time resolved, or you can turn a permanent you control face up. So a nice little morph commander, and that might be the one I use. We got an alternate commander here, Cayenne, Corrupted Memory. If its power is even, you can cast non-creature spells if they have flash. If its power is odd, you can cast creatures if they have flash. When you draw a card, you put counters on it. So that's pretty cool. Overgrown Zealot. Add 2 mana of any one color. Add 1 mana. And you can use the 2 mana to turn permanents face up. So I guess that would make sense with the Morph Commander. That Growing Dread, when it enters, you're going to manifest Dread. It's got flash. When you turn a permanent face up, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. So it's kind of like Megamorph. You guys remember Megamorph, how bad that one was? Terramorphic Expanse. Just a little land. Beast Within. I like the art on this Beast Within. Look at that. I like that art. I've never seen that art before for Beast Within, so that's pretty cool. It must be exclusive to this deck, probably. Growth Spiral. I also really like the art for that. Look at that. Those eyeballs. That's pretty sweet. Arcane Signet. Always a good card to have. Soul Ring, which I'll be taking out because my command group doesn't like Soul Ring. Command Tower. That's a sweet command tower. I feel like there's a lot of custom art, although this isn't custom art. Counterspell. Reality Shift, exile a creature, and then manifest top card. So I guess you could do that on your own creatures. Retreat to Coral Helm. This is a nice little combo sort of card. I'm not sure why it's in this deck, but it is pretty good. Beanstalk Giant, basic land card. Power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control, and you can rampant growth with it. Not too bad. Cultivate, classic card. Explosive Vegetation, 2 lands, put them on the battlefield tapped. Greater Tanuki, you can channel it to cultivate, or rampant growth, essentially. And we got factual rampant growth here. Sakura Tribe Elder, it's rampant growth again. Wilderness Recollection, seems like a good card for this deck, being able to untap all your lands so that you can, play things and then morph them. Yavimaya Elder. Man, this deck must need a lot of mana because there's a lot of mana acceleration in here. Eudora Grave Gardener. Whenever another creature you control dies, you may return to the battlefield face down under its owner's control. It's a forest. It has no other types or abilities. So that's weird. Interesting card. Eureka Moment. Draw 2. Put a land card into play. Pretty sure that's the same character. Yeah. Eureka Moment. Tatyova, Benthic Druid, Landfall. A lot of landfall stuff in this deck. Trigon Predator, combat damage to a player. You can destroy one of their artifacts or enchantments. Kind of a cool card. Simic Signet, classic. Ash Barrens, a little basic land cycling. Evolving Wilds, another one of these type of cards. Mirror Landscape. Quandric's Campus. Glitch Interpreter. When it enters, if you control no face-down permanents, you gotta bounce them and manifest Dread. And whenever one or more colorless creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you get to draw a card. Oh, that's pretty cool because the morph guys are colorless when they're face down. They came from the pipes. Manifest Dread twice. Whenever a face-down creature you control enters, draw a card. So that's pretty good. Simone's Hypothesis. 5 mana, put a 1/1 counter, and then choose odd or even. And then you return each creature with the power. It's like a board wipe bounce effect, but it doesn't seem super good. Curator Beastie. 6/6, reach. Colors creatures you control they enter with 2 additional 1/1 counters, so that's kind of cool. And when it enters or attacks, you get to manifest Dread. So kind of like a Sun Titan or something for this deck. Like a 6 mana, does something cool when it attacks and enters. Disorienting Choice. 4 mana sorcery for each opponent. You get to pick one of their artifacts or enchantments. And then they can exile those things. And then you get lands. So, interesting. Experimental Lab and Staff Room. Whenever you unlock this door, manifest Dread. Put 2 1/1 counters on. Okay. Turn that creature face. Okay. So this is a way to cheat on your morph cards, which is kind of cool. Shriekwood Devourer, 7 mana, trample. When you attack with 1 or more creatures, untap all those lands. Okay, well that's not very good. Giggling Skitter Spike. Look at the art of that. Reminds me of that thing from Toy Story, actually. right? The little guy from Toy Story. 4 mana, 1/1, indestructible. When it attacks, blocks, or becomes the target of a spell, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. That's pretty cool. Monstrosity 5. That's a funny card. I don't know why. I don't think it's really at home in this particular deck. It's kind of like Stuffy Doll, sort of. This might be better in like a... I don't know. Some kind of like group damage deck or something. I don't know why it's in this pre-con. It's a weird one. Cackling Counterpart. You make a copy. Oh, and I got this cool copy token I wanted to show you guys. Look at this copy token. Whoa, isn't that creepy? Yeah, pretty cool. All right, what else we got? We got Sentinel Hierophants. Creatures you control have tap for a green. Okay. Interesting. Aether Gale returns 6 non-land permanents to their owner's hand. The sorcery, though, kind of stinks on that. Body of Knowledge. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. No max hand size whenever it's deal damage. Draw many cards. So I guess the idea is you put it face down and then you surprise block and you get to draw a bunch of cards. That makes sense. Dig Through Time. I guess you're using your graveyard when you're manifesting Dread, so it makes sense. You can pull some cards off the top. Pretty good. Kefnet the Mindful. I remember them when this dude was in Standard. 5/5 flying indestructible. Oh, so I guess you're supposed to block with it and then, again, turn it face up. It's pretty good. 5 mana, or 5/5 for 3 mana. Got Keru Spell Snatcher. When it's turned face up, counter a spell, and then you can cast it. And pretty cool, especially if you have ways to cheat on turning the things face up, which I think if I make this deck, I'm probably going to run the face card, the landfall one, when the land enters. It's probably why there's so many land cards in here. Primordial Mist. At the beginning of your end step, you may manifest the top card of your deck. Exile a face-down permanent you control. You may play that card this turn. This is interesting. Scab Ruinator. As an additional cost to cast this spell, exile 3 creature cards from your graveyard. It's a 3 mana 5/6. Pretty crazy. But again, if you're casting it face down and then you flip it, it's pretty cool. Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. I actually needed one of these for my mono green CEDH deck. So that's pretty cool. It kind of goes ham and goes infinite with everything. Power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control, and the non-token creatures you control are forests. So this is pretty cool. It means that whenever you play a card, you get to get that landfall. So that's pretty cool. Augur of Autumn. Looking at the top card of your deck. Pretty cool. Death Mist Raptor. Whenever things are turned face up, you can come back from your graveyard. And it has Megamorph. I remember this used to be my favorite card when it was in Standard. Azuri's Predation. 8 mana sorcery. For each creature your opponents control, make a 4/4. And they all fight. 8 mana sorcery is kind of rough on that. Hydra Omnivore. 8/8 for 6. When it deals damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent. So, kind of cool. Probably would cut that, but whatever. Multani. This big guy. He gets +1/+1 for each land you control and each land in your graveyard. So, not too bad. He does like the Ashaya. They're like best buds. Overwhelming Stampede. Until end of turn, creature you control. Okay. So, kind of like bad Crater Hoof. Or Overrun. Sandworm Convergence. Creatures with flying can't attack you. Okay. I don't know why that's in the deck, but okay. Scoot Swarm. You know this one. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you make the 1/1s. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Shigeki. You can bounce it to your hand and mill, and then you could discard it to return some stuff to your hand. Not a bad card. Tremor War Shaman. When it enters, manifest. And whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, if it's a creature, you can have it fight something. So a nice little removal card. Thunderfoot Baloth, 6 mana, 5/5. As long as you control your commander, it gets +2/+2. Okay. Interesting. Trail of Mystery. Whenever a face-down creature you control enters, you can tutor up a basic land, and whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, if it's a creature, it gets +2/+2. So not too bad. Works pretty well with the general, actually, because then, when the face-down creatures come in, you get lands, and you can play the lands. Actually pretty cool. Whisperwood Elemental. I remember when this guy was in Standard, too. I think it used to be expensive. I don't know if it is anymore. At the beginning of your end step, manifest the top card of your library, and then you can sack it until end of turn. Face up non-token creatures you control have when this creature dies. So it's pretty good. I would probably run that in this version of the deck. We got Rolled Spine Worm. I know this guy's big. He's like 9 mana, 15/15. It's pretty insane. I'd probably run this in the deck just because it's really, really funny. Got AC, Tyrant of the Gyre Strait. I think this card's like weirdly worth money. I think this card is actually worth something. Erixmathes, Slumbering Isle. It's a land, which is kind of fun. And if you morph it, it won't have the slumber counters on it. So it'll just be a 4 mana 12/12, which is pretty cool. We got Biomass Mutation. I don't know why this is in the deck. Interesting. We got Oversimplify. 5 mana. Exile all creatures. Each player makes a fractal and puts a counter on it for the total number of creatures they control that were exiled this way. So interesting board wipe. Exile all creatures in blue-green, even with the frickin' fractal token. It's actually somewhat interesting. I might actually end up running that in this deck. I'm not sure, though. We got Rashmi, Eternity's Crafter. Interesting. Blue-green card. All right. We got Scroll of Fate, manifest a card from your hand. Probably pretty good in this deck. And we got some lands. I think most of these are lands in the bottom here. Oh, we have some tokens, too. All right. Let's talk about some of these lands. We got Castle of Antris. Drowned Temper. They put this in all the precons that have anything to do with the graveyard. Flooded Grove, nice. Hinterland Harbor, okay. Mosswort Bridge, nice. Overflowing Basin, they used to not have these, and I don't think they even existed until recently. These filter lands for the enemy colors. Temple of Mystery, not the Surveil land, which is unfortunate. The Snarl. Yavimaya Coast. Tower. Simic Growth Chamber. Tangled Islet. Whatever. Temple of the False God. What do you guys think about this card? I kind of don't like it. I never run it in any of my decks. Thornwood Falls. A bunch of islands. Way more islands I probably would run. And a bunch of forests. And then we got some tokens. Manifest token. Worms. Beastie guy. Beastie Boys. More worms. And then got fractals. And we got the creepiest beast token ever. Look at that. Popular Magic formats. Standard. Okay. Booster Draft. Commander. Nothing about Modern. Or Pioneer. Or Legacy. Or CEDH. So that's interesting. The Scarecrow token's pretty cool. Alright, well, I think that's it. So thanks for watching the video. We got a lot of stuff in this box. And if you're interested in buying this deck, I don't know what the financial value of it is. I feel like the deck would probably work decently fine just out of the box. I think it has way too many lands in it, to be quite honest with you. But I think this AC, I think, is actually worth something. Worldspine Worm might be worth a few bucks. Some of these exclusive cards are probably worth something. And I know for a fact that Ashaya is worth like almost $20 because I wanted to buy one. And I was like, it's 20 bucks. So I know for a fact those 3 cards are probably worth something. But there might be some other cards in here that are worth something. But more importantly, if you want just a commander deck that looks like a lot of fun, I think this would probably be a good one for you. So anyway, thank you for checking the video out. Make sure you like the video, subscribe. Why don't you comment and tell me your opinions on this strange collector booster sample. You know, first one's free, like they say. And tell me what your thoughts are on Temple of the False God, too. I want to know if you think that's a good card or a bad card. I'm in the camp that you will know true suffering if you play that card more often than not. But tell me what you think in the comments. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.